The film opens with a young girl named Anna and her guardian, Gabe, living in the middle of a thick forest. She refers to Gabe as her daddy, and he looks out for her wants and maintains her health. Gabe has been keeping Anna in the house's attic and hasn't allowed her to go outdoors. Other than a window that provides a view of the outside world, the young girl has never left the attic. Almost every night, Gabe tells Anna about wildlings, terrifying animals with strong nails, sharp teeth, and a hairy appearance, and advises her to avoid them. Anna is terrified by these descriptions, yet her interest in the outside world only grows. Gabe electrifies the doorknobs to keep her safe from the wildlings and to keep her from leaving the attic. He feeds her, telling her only vegetables and prohibiting her from eating meat, all while claiming to be her father. When Anna overhears Gabe speaking to someone else one day, her curiosity takes over. She loses consciousness after touching the doorknob and getting a strong electric shock. When she awakens later, Gabe is at her side and explains that the purpose of the electric trap is to keep wildlings out. She is the last child alive, he confesses, and it is his responsibility to keep her safe. When Anna inquires about the individual Gabe was chatting to, he sidesteps the subject and maintains that they are the last remaining humans. Gabe surprised Anna with a cake and a hamster to go along with it on her birthday. The small animal grows to be Anna's best companion. Nevertheless, the hamster passes away one day, and Gabe comforts her by explaining what death is, and telling her that the hamster is now in a better place. Anna begins to get nightmares about wildlings in the woods as she gets older. When she comes of age and starts her period, Gabe discovers bloodstains on her bed. Fearing for her life, he gives her luprolide, a drug that appears to be treating her sickness but really slows her growth and deteriorates her health over time. Years pass while Anna takes this drug, and as a result, she begins to experience discomfort and anxiety. When she can no longer take it anymore, she asks Gabe to send her to a better place, like her hamster, to put an end to her suffering. After realizing that he has been bothering the young child since her birth, Gabe pulls a revolver and shoots himself out of sheer guilt. At the scenario that follows, Anna wakes up at a hospital and becomes terrified since she is surrounded by strangers. Then she bolts from her chamber and finds herself outside on the rooftop, feeling the sun's warmth for the first time. But some policemen take her back to the hospital and shackle her to a bed. While assisting her in calming down, Sheriff Ellen discovers who she really is. The physician discloses that Anna was administered an excessive amount of luprolide, a drug that impedes growth and delays maturation. When Sheriff Ellen hears this, she puts Anna into temporary custody and removes the handcuffs. She chooses to bring her to her own house, where she resides with her brother Ray, as opposed to placing her in any foster care. In order to ascertain her identity and whether Gabe is her biological father, the sheriff consents to look after her until the results of the DNA tests are being processed. It is revealed here that Gabe is still alive. In actuality, he is receiving care in the hospital's other room. Moving on, Anna has a strong relationship with Ray and starts to adapt to her new life. Ray educates Anna about reproduction because she used to think that babies weren't formed. She realizes she has extraordinary hearing as she approaches adolescence and begins seeing images of wildlings in the forest of the Northern Lights. Along with Ray, Anna goes to school, where she first interacts with females her own age. Curious, Anna goes to the library to find out more about the Northern Lights and the wildlings that Ellen is caring for. She is now free to explore the outdoors and spend time in nature. She chases after a deer she notices one day on her way home from school. Fortunately, a weird man dressed in wolf skin blocks Anna's path, just in time to prevent her from falling victim to a hunter's trap. Curious to find out more about savage predators, Anna goes to the library the following day. She finds black stains on her fingernails as she turns the pages of a book. When Anna is in the shower later that evening, Ellen shares the findings of the DNA test, which show that Gabe is not her biological father. Anna is left completely bewildered by this discovery because she still doesn't understand what a family is. When Ray is trying to help Anna with a school assignment one evening while they are up on the rooftop, Anna becomes interested in the subject of the Northern Lights. Anna discovers flickering lights in the distance as they lay down. It turns out to be a party at Jen's place. Jen and Anna decide to go to the party when Anna says that Jen is one of their friends. She is attending a sizable gathering for the first time. But after having a drink, Anna begins to feel confused. Lawrence, a classmate, notices Ray and Anna's fleeting passionate encounter during the celebration. Unfortunately, Anna's mouth starts to bleed, cutting short their kiss. She realizes she's missing several teeth as she dashes to the bathroom. Anna flees through a window and into a woodland because she is so terrified. Suddenly, what looks to be a wildling attacks her from behind. As a self-defense maneuver. When Anna bites back and fights, she discovers it's Lawrence. Sadly, it is too late when she tries to help him up. The unfortunate boy loses so much blood that he dies. Fearing for her life, Anna flees and goes back to Gabe's house to find out who she is. In search of comfort, she goes to the attic and goes into her former bedroom. After giving herself a quick wash, she heads into town. Ellen asks Anna where she is when she gets home, but Anna just stays silent and doesn't answer. Officer Roger shows up there at that precise moment and reports that Lawrence has vanished. When he tries to ask Anna if she knows anything about it, Ellen brushes him off and ignores the question. She approaches Anna later to get details, but the adolescent keeps her mouth shut and keeps her ideas and experiences to herself. Days go by, and Ellen begins to get frustrated with Anna's constant quiet when she finds her chatting less and more about painting her nails. Ray comes into the room that night to comfort Anna and reassure Ellen that he would see to it. But he tries his hardest, but Anna doesn't say anything. Ray discovers that she is losing her teeth when he examines her mouth. He dashes outside to tell Ellen in a panic. Providing Anna a chance to go, she dashes into the woods, the only place she feels secure and at ease. She is shocked to see Wolfman once more when he notices she is hungry and gives her food. He then looks at her teeth and nails, thinking she might be a wildling, a species that was thought to have been exterminated 16 years prior. Additionally, the Wolfman discloses that her mother's body is still inside the cave. Attracted by the prospect of discovering her mother's identity, Anna pursues Wolfman to a neighboring cave. She finds a skull with a bullet hole in it within. As she holds it, she sees what appears to be Gabe's father shooting her mother. It becomes evident that Gabe brought baby Anna along with him during the purge since he was unable to hurt her. Knowing this, Anna confronts Gabe right away in the hospital. Unfortunately, though, she is unable to intervene as Gabe awakens and casts a pitying glance in her direction. As Ellen looks over the case file pertaining to Lawrence's passing, she discovers a reference to a drawing from Anna's former room. The latter goes home in a desperate attempt to find safety. Unfortunately, Ellen shackles her as soon as she discovers that her nails resemble claws. Ellen goes on to say that because Anna's clothing was discovered next to Lawrence's lifeless body, everyone in the city believes she committed the murder. Next, despite Anna's protestations of innocence, she is imprisoned. When she looks in the mirror while incarcerated, she sees that her teeth are becoming more pointed and more like the skull she discovered that evening. When Gabe pays Anna a visit in her imprisonment, he acknowledges that his greatest error was saving her life. Anna receives a syringe from him, and he encourages her to inject herself in order to improve her life. But Anna declines the shot, accepting herself as a wildling. As he leaves her in the cage and turns to go, Gabe starts to become sad. Ellen visits Anna the following day while she is sleeping and hides beneath the bed. When Ellen opens the cell, Anna ambushes her without warning. Then she succeeds in locking up. Ellen is one of the cops that escapes. She happens to discover Ray in his car when she gets outside. He is approached by Anna, who persuades him to assist her. She desires for him to take her to her birthplace, the Northern Lights. Anna also discloses that she is a wildling and while traveling. After Ray pulls over in the middle of the wilderness, Anna makes the decision to go on her own. However, Ray starts to pursue her into the darkness out of concern for her safety. After swimming at a neighboring lake, Anna gets completely drenched. Ray builds a bonfire to dry her garments because he thinks she might get a cold. Ray is shocked to see hair growing on Anna's back as she removes her clothes. But Anna tells him he's secure and swears she won't hurt him. After then, Roger and Gabe are shown talking about Anna's escape. After giving it some thought, they choose to assemble a hunting squad to apprehend Anna. The following clip shows Ray and Anna being chased by search dogs as they flee into the woods. Sadly, Ray is shot in the shoulder by the hunters, who also show up at the same time. Anna leads Ray to the edge of a precipice while they search for a way out. She throws him into the river in an attempt to save him, then dove in to avoid being caught. Subsequently, Anna asks Ray to run in the opposite direction and leads the hunters in a new path. Anna immediately returns to the cave where she discovered her mother's bones. After then, Ray gets back to his sister and lets her know that Anna isn't with him anymore. Now that she's on her own, Anna is turning to desperate means of survival. Anna changes throughout the first few days that she survives in the forest, becoming a wildling. She uses dirt as camouflage on her face and body to stay hidden from the hunters. During Ray's regular morning stroll to the school, he witnesses Roger filling up petrol liters. Feeling that they intend to pursue and murder Anna, Ray gives Ellen a quick phone to let her know about it. Anna succeeds in eliminating one of the by bringing him down, the hunters, and as the mob assembles around the body, she flees. Now that Anna has fully evolved into a wildling, she can quickly pursue victims in a flash. Ellen comes in the jungle in the meantime to save the disturbed teen. When she sees the bodies scattered around, she becomes afraid. And to exacerbate the situation, Roger keeps her at gunpoint, requesting that she avoid the situation. But that's when Anna gets there and also ends Roger's life. She opens out to Ellen, displaying, before running away, her pregnant belly. The hunters in the incident that follows set the woodland on fire, adding to Anna's rage. As she watches the fire spread across her house, she understands that she needs to find a way to cool off, though her pregnancy was weakening her. Anna flees, looking for somewhere to hide. She eventually finds herself in a well-known cave akin to the location of her discovery. She's shocked to learn that Gabe finds her. He uses a tranquilizer to put her to sleep. The injection debilitates Anna, leading her to fall to the ground. Then Gabe comes over to see how she's doing for vital signs. Thinking back on her mother, he gives a C-section to assert the child's birthright, but Anna, regaining strength, she delivers a lethal bite on Gabe's neck, causing his death in the end. She then lets out a yell of anger before tumbling to the floor one more. When Anna comes to, she discovers Wolfman bandaging her injuries. The following day, as they looked for Anna, Ellen, and Ray, observing her from a distance, chooses to permit her to disappear into the woods. They both think that allowing her to go will be the most beneficial action for her. When Anna eventually sees the northern lights, her final objective, holding her newborn, she looks up at the gorgeous sky and feels tranquility and fulfillment in her life. As the film comes to a close, Anna hears the call from a distant wildling, implying that there are still members of their kind